All right, so next up we have Colorado State versus Texas. Colorado State winning the play-in game yesterday versus Virginia to get their shot at Texas, the 7 seed. Colorado State, first off, 25-10, 6th in the Mountain West. Like I said, a 10 seed. Got the win over Virginia pretty dominantly yesterday, going up a Texas team that we'll talk about in a little bit. But first off, let's look at Colorado State's resume. Pretty impressive non-conference schedule, if you ask me. I know the committee didn't necessarily value the Mountain West like some of us did, but I've been really impressed with Colorado State from what I've seen. But let's look at it a little deeper. All right, you've got a win over a Louisiana Tech team first off at the beginning that actually had a pretty good record. I know they're not in the tournament, but a really good record there. But the win I want to focus on is this Creighton win right here. Okay, so you've got a win over Creighton, 69-48. We know Colorado State's main guy, Isaiah Stevens. He's really impressive. If you haven't seen him, go watch him. He's pretty good. But 21-point win over Creighton. Creighton, a team that I think has Final Four potential. So that's a huge win there. You've got a 5-point win over a Colorado team, which is in the tournament as well, playing tonight actually. You've got a 3-point loss to St. Mary's. St. Mary's, pretty similar to Creighton, I think, is Final Four caliber. They have multiple good wins, double 2 wins over Gonzaga, for example. Really good wins. Then once they get in the Mountain West, we'll talk about all that. But we know, all these teams made the NCAA tournament from the conference of the Mountain West, and basically they're all going to split with each other in the conference play, but those aren't bad losses by any means. Like you got 5-point loss to Utah State, single-digit loss to Boise State, but you're going to come back and beat Utah State later, beat Boise State. So like I'm saying, you're going to split with them basically. You've got a win over San Diego State. We know what San Diego State's capable of. We saw them last year make a really good run. And then in the tournament, all right, you beat Nevada, then you lose to New Mexico, which is just went on a tear in that Mountain West tournament. But let's turn our attention to Texas now. Texas sitting at 20-12, 7th in the Big 12. All right, they're led by Dylan DeSue, Max Asmus, 2 really good guys that if they can get a legitimate third option to step up during this tournament, could honestly make a run. Because Dylan DeSue, if you haven't watched Dylan DeSue, he is an All-American caliber player. And it's really kind of a disappointment that he's stuck with the team he is right now and the coach he is, because Dylan DeSue is, like I said, an All-American candidate. If he doesn't get hurt in the tournament last year, Texas probably makes the Final Four. But Dylan DeSue gets hurt. He made the all-tournament team, so he was balling out like no other in the tournament. Could he do that again with Max Asmus, who at Oral Roberts, I'm talking about, took them on a run a few years ago. Now he's got better co-star with DeSue. Can he do it? We'll see. I think they're definitely capable of it. But so far this year, they really haven't shown that ability, though. Like, they haven't lived up to their full potential. They definitely have that potential with those two. Those two are going to be 2 of the best 3 players on the court any given night for any team. But let's look at their schedule a little bit here. Like I said, nothing too impressive, really. A 1-point win over Louisville. We know Louisville's story really sucked this year. Got Kenny Payne fired. 10-point loss to Uconn. Now, some of these were without Dylan DeSue, so I will acknowledge that. But right here, 21-point loss to Marquette. That's not very good. I know Marquette's a good team, but still, you don't want to get beat by 21 when you're supposed to be a 7 seed, which honestly, I'm surprised Texas is a 7 seed. I had them as a 10 seed going into the tournament, but, what do I know? Let's see. You got a loss to Texas Tech. Texas Tech is a tournament team, so that's not a bad loss. Losses to West Virginia and UCF. Nowhere near the bubble. Those are bad losses right there. I'll acknowledge that. But you've got wins over Baylor. That's a tournament team. High seed. Win over Oklahoma. Another good win. I know they got left out of the tournament. They shouldn't have, but good win there. Losses to BYU and Houston. Both of those are good losses in overtime to Houston. Win over TCU. Single-digit loss to Iowa State. 21-point loss to Houston. They like to get beat by 21, apparently. Let's see. A big loss to Kansas. Now, there was a couple games here, Baylor in particular. All right, this loss to Baylor, they were up by like 20 going into the second half, I believe, just absolutely dominating Baylor. And then Dylan DeSue goes down. I think he was plus 18 in the plus-minus margin that game. Dylan DeSue goes down, and they blow the game, and Baylor wins by like 20. Okay, so basically just a complete flip there. Not 20, but you know what I'm saying. That was a huge shift once he went out. So Texas, obviously, I mean, like I said, they've played with Houston, played with Iowa State. They've beaten Baylor and Oklahoma. They've beaten TCU as well. I think they're capable of playing with anybody. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if they go on a run here in the NCAA tournament, given their matchups, but also at the same time, they're so inconsistent. Is Colorado State going to get the win here because they're more consistent? At the moment, I'm leaning Colorado State. I think Colorado State gets the win here just because they're so much more consistent. But at the same time, if Dylan DeSue and Max Asmus go off, Texas could go on a run here, like I said. But ultimately, I think Colorado State gets the win here. But I think this will be a pretty competitive game. But Colorado State, I think, gets the dub in the end. Who do you think gets the win out of these two teams? Let me know down in the comment section. Also, if you see this little ticker down here, it's not too late. All right. You can submit tournament brackets to join my bracket group until tournament starts. All right. That challenge group, you can find the link in the community tab on my channel. And just go to the community tab. You'll find the link at the very top. All you got to do, send your entry, join it. First place winner gets a free AG t-shirt. All you got to do to qualify is be a subscriber. But let me know who you think wins this game down in the comment section. Like this video and subscribe.